everybody's artsy fartsy, woke and transgender.
Woke, I hate that
Whereas,
fucking-
think of the fucking difference of the Stern Show we were brought up on,
Oof.
and then the Stern Show that I was on, and then while you guys were on, like that radio was. I don't think people would even understand.
No.
Vicious on a level of like you couldn't.
Yeah, you talk about shock radio. It literally would have shocked people to death.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't
Now more
handle
than ever.
they wouldn't be able to handle what we were doing. I've said before that I hear clips, people send me a clip and go, dude, when you guys did this, it was hilarious. And I'll give it a listen, and it's like, holy fuck, that's crazy. And then the crazier part is it was WNEW,
Yeah.
FM radio.
Yeah.
Like we were doing that shit that you couldn't get away with even on podcasts
No way.
now.
No way.
You would be fucking disowned by the planet Earth.
No, isn't that the irony though? Isn't that the crazy?
It really is.
The crazy fucking irony is that podcasts are uncensored, but they're more censored
More censored.
because you're afraid you can say it.
Yeah.
You can physically, legally say whatever the fuck you
Right.
want without getting fined, but you will get fined without a career or something, or it'll cost you
But now
something.
it's the mob that comes after
Yeah.
you, the fucking mob of people.
Oh, yeah.
The FCC, when you think about it, was a breeze. It was pretty straightforward.
Right.
Don't do this. Don't say that.
Don't
We'd
make-
skirt it.
Don't make a fart noise.
I know.
Right. Every so often we'd skirt the rules. But now, like feelings and this and that, and it's so arbitrary. We thought the FCC was arbitrary.
Right.
Well, it's you use the word crap as a bodily function
Yeah.
instead of an exclamation.
Right, right.
And it's like, all right, that's arbitrary. But now you talk about gay people, and it can't even be a bad thing. You don't just talk about gay people. Like Rogan was talking about transgender athletes
Yeah.
and biologically how a man becoming a woman, fighting a woman that was born a woman,
Right. Isn't that
can kill her.
The fact that that's even
and
like
he's a piece of
controversial.
shit for it.
Yeah.
He is now
Did he
like,
get shit for that?
oh, yeah, twice. Once when he first said it, and now when he backed Bernie Sanders as a candidate. And then all the Bernie people are going, disavow his backing you because he's a transphobic.
Wow. They don't even want the support.
They don't even want it. That's another bit of this irony that comes along. They just start chomping on their own people.
Yeah, the transgender thing, the particular issue of being like a guy born a guy playing a woman born a woman is that it really is. I mean, that's just science,
And
right?
the fucked up thing is how this is controversial to the point where, as you're saying it into a microphone, you're thinking, is this going to get me fucked? You're just discussing that a guy that becomes a woman is going to cave in a guy's head, or a woman's head.
Right.
Has done it. There actually was an UFC person or MMA
I'm
person.
sure it happens. I mean,
that killed somebody.
Like the sports like just running that aren't contact sports, whatever. You could just
These poor-
but with physical shit.
You ever see these poor fucking high school and college girls? They're running. This fucking behemoth is in front of them, and they're just like they can't win. They can't get a scholarship.
What do you got? Most small guys would get fucked.
Yeah. And it's this Jack Kenyon.
I mean, like they
With a
said,
wig.
they actually said there might be some woman wanted to be a field goal kicker, maybe, and she like a petite girl who was good at kicking a football, and. I mean, no. I mean,
Sorry.
look at the size of these fucking guys. Lawrence Taylor would be small nowadays. They run, they do like a 4.140.
Right.
You could still pick up a fumble. You could get hit. You're
Oh,
open game.
forget about
You're
it.
open game. And then what's going to happen? Maybe they say, like, is there a man that wouldn't pull up and not pummel a fucking,
Right. Could you imagine a late, like, roughing the kicker of a little girl?
Okay, so
and
now
a
you want it-
fucking monster coming at you?
Great point. Now, you wanted this.
Wanted this.
You woke people, whatever the fuck. You wanted this. Now, let's see. How do you treat... Now, that guy's just being an equal...
Right.
All for equality.
We get the
This-
flag is down on the play, but now why is the arrest coming in the subsequent lawsuit?
Right, exactly. This is what he would have done with a guy or a
Right.
girl. It's an equal playing field.
Yeah.
The girl's dead in 2 pieces. And he's like, I don't know, I pulled up a little bit.
Yeah, I actually fucking stopped a little. No, they don't want that. They don't. They
don't know what they want.
People that say, yeah, that's one thing. They don't know what they want. And then like I said, the quest for equality is much better than getting equality.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you're trying to get equality, civil rights or sexual rights, whatever it is, it's always great when you're working towards it because you're special. The second you're equal, now you're just a piece of shit like everyone else. That could be called an asshole, a shithead. You could go. So no one really wants equality.
No.
They want to fight for their equality.
I don't want to be equal to anybody.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like you said,
I don't
the
consider myself
FCC was a bunch of old accountants you didn't have to worry about. not a lynch mob fucking podcast people, fucking meth heads who'll come to kill you.
Meth heads.
No, you completely missed the point.
But think about it, because the FCC were a bunch of fucking old retired accountants. Couldn't do shit to you, really, right? But the lynch mob fucking a podcast, the fucking meth heads will murder you.
No, I've never seen someone miss a point more.
When was the last time you heard anybody even complain about the FCC getting on them? Like they went back to doing what they're supposed to. Measure frequencies, dole out the spectrum of fucking radio signals, all that shit. They were never supposed to tell you what you could or couldn't say. And now they're gone because doing a much better, worse job at it is the general public.
You could say that we were a part of the one time where, like, remember people always said about the Howard Stern show when we were young listening to it. What if he was completely uncensored, could say what would happen?
God.
When you guys first went to Sirius and a satellite,
XM,
we did, there was a 5-year period there where you saw what it would be like. And it was out of control. Like the 4 years I was on Sirius when Howard
was crazy.
The show, again, I listened, I go, the shit we did that's fucking insane. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And then this revolution happened to where even Howard pulled back. You get fired for whatever, or you break up the band.
Yeah.
Now you're doing the thing. And now podcasting comes in, and now there is, like, imagine if 1988 when you heard Sam Kinison on the Stern Show and all that crazy shit, there's a land off about 30 years from now where there's going to be nothing but uncensored shows on, and they're more tame.
And they're more tame, more
than
censored.
any fucking thing.
And there's more of a danger if you step over some vague line.
There's bigger consequences.
Bigger consequences than just an FCC fine or, they used to litigate everything.
Right.
So CBS would be, all right, we got a fine. Well, we'll just litigate it. We'll make a contribution after a couple of years, and it goes away.
You do the sleazy thing a corporation does.
Right. That's what a corporation does. Now, you get thrown out of society.
Yeah.
You are now a Nazi or
There's
you're
actually
a
more
womanizer.
at stake, and it's not really a government agency doing it.
No, it's
not
the mob.
Right.
We are worse. That big brother of 1984 that we all imagined being some government entity and stuff just turned out to be all of us.
Right.
That's who's doing the watching.
You'll be modern day Fatty Arbuckle.
Well, there you go.
Ooh,
another point missed. this Mike Boschetti missed point.
Is that a Pepsi commercial?
They would hang him then. They hung him
Fatty
then.
Arbuckle.
Fatty, let me explain Mike's reference. Fatty Arbuckle, the old movie star, the big fat guy, was accused of rape, and he didn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, but that was a rape case. We're talking about actual just words.
But
they
said he was innocent. They said he was innocent and fucked him for life.
He's going to keep
Good
the
man.
Fatty Arbuckle reference.
What a good man.
Yeah. No, again, like Mike Tyson, I think he was bamboozled. But that is such an interesting point that it's more tame than ever, and when you could just be saying whatever the fuck you wanted.
You would think, because and you brought up a great point about how we were part of that time where you did wonder.
It was nuts. Yeah.
Imagine what it would be like. And when we were at XM, before XM and Sirius got together, and you guys were over at Sirius, we were at XM, we had a studio, big studio, where we had an audience come in and every giant gymnasium-like area outside of our studio that we could do anything. We would go down on the streets, get homeless guys, bring them up, and do prostate exams. We'd have doctors just shoving fingers with their mic in front of them so they go, oh! And it was some of the funniest shit you've ever seen.
The world's biggest hemorrhoid contest, but I just realized we did that on K-Rock.
On K-Rock, regular radio.
Well,
we had this box. We put a box and put free kittens on the outside, and we're hanging out the window of 57th Street with our microphones because we didn't have video, but it was so funny for us. And inside the box was hardcore gay pornography stuck to the sides of the box and dildos. And then we'd put free kittens on the outside with holes in it and just left it on the sidewalk. And you'd see people going like, what? And they'd open the box up and just be horrified. And you just hear us going, they're open. And we just laugh. It was so funny.
Is there gay pornography that's not hardcore? Let me ask you that.
No, I think, good point. Hardcore gay pornography.
Yeah. Not that fucking tame shit.
Yeah.
No, that is, again, the pitch, every Thursday at the Stern Show, we had a pitch meeting at Sirius, and the shit that, like, the stuff that, and you'd go, what did you just say? And he'd go, let's try it. And, so that's what it was. It was that sort of, it was the storm before the calm.
Yeah, yes, the storm before the calm.
And it really was a fun time.
Yeah,
and
the more freedom.
The world is just
the world got different. The more freedom we got to say whatever we wanted, the more restriction was put on by the people that got offended by it. Because I think that was the minority of people were the ones pissed off.
Well, the other thing that changed too about the world is obviously social media. So because one person gets that voice that could just
now they could spread it around and say what a piece of shit this guy is.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it. Also the sensitive culture, but that's the difference.
Yeah, because now everyone's petrified to say you slip up.
Listen, man.
Oh,
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
The FCC was nothing compared to what they could do.
Compared to the mob.